I just got home from work. I am about to change out of this outfit, which is my lovely work outfit for today, which is really not very metal, into my outfit for the gig. So come get ready with me. Outfit chosen, I have got my black shorts on, my fishnet tights, obviously, and this is the top I'm going to be wearing gigging, but I'm going to put a t-shirt on over the top for when I get there, so it has like a bit of a grand reveal. So next step is to do hair and makeup. I always spend a little bit more money on makeup than anything else because I'm getting on a little bit and I like to look nice. So I always make sure I've got a really decent full coverage makeup. Start with a primer. I use MAC Studio Radiance because that really helps it stick on, particularly like today when I'm gonna be sweaty. Plus it also moisturizes my face. I'm just gonna pop this on. I am not a makeup guru. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I tend to just kind of whack it on, however. So there you go. Make sure it's nice and hydrated. So I've got a decent base for my makeup to stick to. Next up, I use a concealer, just because I get, as you can probably see, really dodgy eye bags under my eyes. So I use this one, and all I do with this, and I'm no expert here, is I just put it to highlight my cheekbones here. Sorry about the whining in the background, Bumble's having a meltdown because he's bored of being sat up here doing this. I also just put quite a bit on my cheeks because I get really rosy cheeks when I'm hot, and I like to kind of bring the colour down a little bit. Do a little bit on my nose there, a little bit on my chin, there we go. And then I just blend that in quite nicely and quite easily. So today we are doing a gig called Southwest Heavy Fest. Southwest Heavy Fest is, it takes place at the Cottagecore at Bridgewater. It's a 2-day metal festival. It's run by the same people that run Rock Against Cancer, which, if you remember back in September, was Alyrris's first ever gig. So we're really looking forward to playing back again now we've kind of hopefully grown a little bit, and mixing with some other bands, which will be kind of cool. Foundation. I cannot state as an 80s baby, sorry guys, I'm that old, but as a 90s girl, I cannot state how important good foundation is. We were addicted to it in the 90s. I love a good foundation. I use MAC Studio Fix foundation. Again, it's not cheap, it's pricier, but for everything, it's 24 hours, it sticks to my face, it covers everything up, it gives me a really nice base, makes me one nice even colour. I was given a tip by a makeup artist to always stipple with the brush. So I have the really good brush and I get a bit bored after a while, I gotta be honest. Like I'm gonna probably not sit here stippling away because it's really annoying, but I was always told to stipple it because then it gets in a little bit better. I also sort of blend under my chin. That's like a little thing I do because I think I remember being one of those girls at school when I was a bit younger who didn't blend the edges and then ended up with this kind of weird tide line, and I just don't want that. Right, I'm just going to carry on blending this and I'll see you in a sec. So next thing I do is a little bit of bronzer just to blend it in with my foundation. That noise you can hear is Bumble drinking behind me. So fed up with his yak chew and fed up with all this getting ready nonsense. So I just do a little bit everywhere, and then what I do is I use my blusher brush to blend everything else in because it's dry, and my other brush is wet, so I just use this one to kind of give me a good sort of more mattify a little bit, just so I don't go all shiny and weird. Highlighting is next. I use a highlight stick because I'm basic, and what makes me laugh every time is like the guys rock up to the gig and they're all like, oh, we've had to set up like drums and all this kind of stuff, and I'm like, yeah guys, I've had to highlight my face in like various shades. I don't think people realise how long this sort of stuff takes because this is like a learning curve. There you go. So I've got a bit of highlighter on it, you can see a bit of shimmer there. I like a highlighter, particularly on stage, because I think sometimes when you get caught by the camera on the side, I like my face to have a little bit of texture, so you can see like I've tried to sweep in my bronzer here and put my highlighter up here, just to give me a little bit more texture on my face, a little bit more dynamism on a camera. Is that a word? Dynamism? I don't know. I have no idea about makeup. It's not really my thing. So I've kind of picked up hints and tips from everywhere. Anyway, I'm just gonna now do eyebrows, eyes, and then lips are last. I've already done one eyebrow. I stupidly have left my makeup in the window overnight and it's quite hot, so I'm just going to blend a little bit through. I'm not going to go too wild with it, just so it looks like I have eyebrows, because otherwise my foundation will just cover all of it. Oh. Okay, so eyes. Eyes for me are always a bit of a contentious issue. I don't know, I always see those girls with these amazing like eye makeup and I just can't do it. It's because I wear glasses, I think that I can't really see as well to do like the finer detailing. So I kind of bodge it a little bit. So I will show you what I do with eyes in just a sec. I get ready with eyes like this. So what I do is I get my kohl pen and I just kind of, I literally like load it on. It sounds really bad and it looks really messy, but honestly trust the process. As long as you get it on your bottom lid on both sides like this, it doesn't really matter because I'm just going to smudge it. It's alright, this pen has been out in the sun and it's just, I've just had to sharpen it, it's a little sharp. Right, smudger, what I do is I just smudge it in. You know what I mean by trust the process, guys? I just smudge the crap out of it. I will show you how this looks in a second. So that's why my base for my eyes is like this. It's alright, it is even, it's just because the curtain's open on this side, so you've got a slightly different light. What I then do is I take my black eye makeup. I use a Revolution eye palette that looks like this. It's very simple, it's very straightforward, it was very cheap. And what I do is I just fill it in a little bit. So everyone pulls really funny faces when they do eye makeup, I swear, it's quite fun. I just whack a little bit more in, and then what I tend to do is do my bottom lid just a little bit. I don't know why we pull those faces when we do it. I think it's to pull my eyes down. There we go. So it's just a little smoky eye at the moment, okay? It's trust the process. Okay, here we are. I've done my bottom lids, I've done the sides. What I then do, I tend to like putting a little bit of white in there. We're actually doing a music festival today, so I'm thinking of adding some sparkle and some glitter, just because it's sunny and nice, and why not? That's the thing, you know. I know we're peaking early, but why would I not do a little bit of sparkle? I also tend to put a little bit up here, just to put a little bit of just a little bit more sparkle on the sides, and then I'm going to do my sparkles. Fix gel, sparkles. This will always make a mess. So yeah, it's just always a bit of a pain, but I am going to just sparkle out here a little bit and up to here, and sparkle out here a little bit and up to here, just, you know, because why not? It's a nice day, you know. Just because it's metal, it doesn't mean it can't be glittery, right? So get your finger in the pot, just add your sparkles. My sparkles are quite old. I bought them in like a pack and I've got them in all different colours because prior to doing metal I used to do a lot of covers band stuff, so I did a lot of like music festivals and things like that, where it's just a little bit more like dressed up glam rocky type stuff sometimes. There's my sparkles. Just checking them in my mirror. Yeah, and then eyeliner, which is always stressful, right? So I have tried literally every eyeliner on the market in my time on this planet, because I have been a goth for longer than probably quite a lot of you have been alive, and still the best thing I've found is the Collection Fast Proof. It's just easy. I tend to just sweep it across the top. It's going to be really difficult for me to talk while I do this, because then I'll be moving my eyes, so just... You can get a decent straight line, and what I do is a little flick out of the side. I'll show you in a sec. Flick it on. Okay, so makeup done. I have got my sparkles, like I said. I've got some false eyelashes on. I don't know if you can see those. And I've got my lipstick on. I use MAC, and I think it's called Diva, appropriately. So that's what I'm using, and then I just stick a plum lip gloss over the top just to give it a bit of extra. Hair is next. I'm going for swishy ponytail today. I had a bit of a revelation actually a couple of weeks ago. I wore my hair down, like I don't know if any of you have seen my hair down, but it is like ridiculously long, and I've worn my hair down at gigs for years. hair down is it's very, you get really hot and everything gets, and it basically gets, my ears get caught in it, and then my ears come out and then I can't hear and I get really stressed. So I've started wearing my hair up to gigs lately, so I've started trying to do it slightly differently. So check my new style out with me. I'll try and talk it through as I do it, which is a bit tricky. So hair product wise, I use Batiste obviously because I can't be bothered to wash my hair because I'm just going to sweat in it. So I'm just going to run this through and run a brush through it. Okay, Batiste is in, hair is brushed. I still look like the Wicked Witch of the West, so I'm going to put a texture spray in it, which looks a little bit like this. I bought this from my hairdresser, so it is Goldwell texturizing, and it just gives a little bit of hold to it and gives it a little bit more texture. Hair has been scooped into sort of a medium ponytail. Doesn't matter if it's a little bit messy because that's kind of the vibe. So hair gets scooped up, medium ponytail. 2 twists. Then what I do is to give it a bit more of a zhuzh, I get a clip and I stick it in the back, and then that bodies it up a little bit more at the back like that, so it just gives it that shape that you wouldn't get without it. What I'm going to do today as well is because it's a fancy day, I'm going to put a scarf in it as well. So finished gig look then is this, which is fun. And it's quite cool because it's got hotter as I've been doing this video, and that probably all told took me roughly an hour to get ready for this. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the gig.